So what he talks about is this idea of it's called the Flynn effect. So for most of the 20th century, IQ scores have steadily rose across generations, but in recent decades, that trend has flattened and then reversed. And the declines appear strongest in the very cognitive skills that schools are designed to build and support. So working memory, internally driven reasoning are the two areas that he identified. And then there was a study in 2025 that found that teens are still holding their own visual pattern-based tasks. So these are the things that modern screen technology fosters here, but they're declining in tasks that require memory, language thinking, the ones that are happening in our own head, basically. And so the key point he makes is it's not that kids are less intelligent. It's not that Gen Z is less intelligent, but it's despite the fact that they actually spend more time in school than any other generation, they're losing what he calls school ability. So these are the cognitive skills that school was designed to build. And then lastly, like just to wrap up, like his point of view and what he speaks about, he doesn't blame teachers. He doesn't blame curriculum. He's actually pointing to the tools. So screens tend to support cognitive outsourcing. We talk about that a lot in our material rather than deep thinking. And then the other thing is learning requires effort, right? So when learning becomes too smooth, too guided, thinking begins to erode. So that is my setup for who he is, what he has testified for, and now advocating for. And he's everywhere. So I'd love to hear what you have to add.
Well, and I took notes when he was speaking, and he talked on a lot of this. He especially talked about sort of the decline in critical thinking and all of the things that you're mentioning in our kids, which is horrifying.